Hello, and welcome to Anime Territory, a podcast that's our excuse to watch and discuss anime. I am your host this episode, Benjamin Shabbing, and with me as always is my co-host, Johnny Sporks Ruhal.
Sporks. Okay. That's what you took the nickname from. But, I mean, I do know how to use a spork, and I don't know how to use chopsticks, which I think was the whole point of that scene.
Yeah, I was basically saying chopsticks are stupid, essentially.
I don't know if they were saying that. I think they were saying that the teacher didn't know how to use them.
Well, this is like, oh yeah, we usually use sporks, and he's like, we have sporks? It's like, how do you not know this?
Okay, so.
This episode, we are discussing Fooly Cooly.
Fooly Cooly!
Specifically, the dubbed.
Yes.
Also known as FLCL, Fooly Cooly.
That's ridiculous.
That's
no.
FLCL.
Fooly Cool. So I looked it up. I think it's supposed to stand for foolish. Foolish but cool.
Foolish but cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, something that's Fooly Cooly. It's foolish, but it's also kind of cool.
Well, that answers the whole point of this show. What does Fooly Cooly mean?
I don't know if that's the whole point of the show. They do ask that question quite a bit. It might also be fondling breasts, which is foolish but cool. You look like a fool if you're fondling breasts, but goddammit, it's cool.
Gotcha. So Fooly Cooly. Just go into straight first impressions, or you want to do a little bit of discussion first?
Well, I guess I'll say, I've seen this show 5 times, 6 times. I've seen this show quite a bit. It's real short. It's easy to watch.
6 episodes.
Yeah. I think my first experience with it was just watching random episodes late at night on Toonami and being like, this is weird. I love this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tired. Because it would air at 2 in the morning or something.
Oh, yeah.
What was your experience with the show before we started watching it?
Very little. I might have caught 1 or 2 episodes before, just from hanging out with you, but I knew very little about it.
Okay. Were you there one of the times that I saw the pillowcases?
I think so. I think they were at a convention.
Yeah. Well, both times I saw them, they were at a convention.
I think I was there one time.
Yeah. So, Pillowcases is a band that covers the Pillows. Great name. Great name for a cover band of the Pillows.
It's a great cover band name.
The Pillows, of course, are one of the key influences of this show. They do the soundtrack, and I've said before that the show is basically a glorified music video for Pillows albums.
Yeah.
I listen to the music in my car every once in a while. It's
really good music.
I've got a picture of and maybe even a video of my nephew jamming out in the back seat, double piece size Rain to the Air, bobbing his head. It's just all right, he's rocking out to the Pillows. Yeah,
nice.
And then I saw the Pillowcases at a convention live twice. I felt bad because my feet were tired. The one time we saw them, it was really early in the morning, and I just wanted to sit down.
That's how I watched them.
Yeah.
Sat down because I didn't know who they were.
But, Pillows. They're great.
Mm-hmm.
Pillows, a band featured in the background of an episode of Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, which is a music shonen anime.
Yeah.
At one
point, shonen?
Yeah, and the fact that, it's got a lot of the same tropes of Jin, getting better slowly over time and playing bigger and bigger venues instead of fighting bigger and bigger people. Got a lot of those tropes in there. A lot
of filler episodes.
But at one point, the bass player, the band breaks up and the bass player is playing for the Pillows.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's hey, there's the Pillows. There they are. Neat. Okay. Pillows. Great. Go listen to the Pillows.
Yeah.
Go listen to the Pillowcases if you're going to a random convention in America where they're playing, because they do an okay job. Probably a good job. Yeah. It's been too long for me to really know.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember them, but I remember being that's pretty good.
I've got a signed pillowcase from the Pillowcases hanging in my room right now.
Did they provide the pillowcases?
Yeah, they sold the pillowcases pre-signed at the concert, so the signatures are all smushy because I actually use it as a pillowcase for 2
Why?
nights. Well, I bought a pillowcase. I was going to use it. I wasn't going to use it very often, but 2 times was enough to smear them.
Oh, yeah, because you sweat all over it.
Yeah. The first night, it was fine. Second night, no.
Should have done, like, inside out, maybe?
Yeah, or, like, upside down, but I was probably, like, flipping the pillow around a lot to try to get it in a comfortable position sort of thing.
Well, we're 5 minutes into this podcast. We haven't discussed it yet.
You were worried that it was only 6 episodes and we wouldn't have anything to talk about. And we spent 5 minutes talking about pillows. The pillows, to be specific. Okay. So, general impressions. I love this show. It's 10 out of 10. I probably liked it a little bit less this time just because I've seen it so many times. And I don't know if I just wasn't in the right mood. But I would definitely want to do this when I'm really tired again. I don't know. That's my version of getting high because I don't do drugs. Okay. It's just like...
You just like watching effed up or like weird animes when you're extremely tired?
Yeah, because I just feel them more. It's more... We also didn't... I'd like to watch it with the lights lower. We had the lights on so we could take notes. Yeah. But it's like, I feel like I could get the atmosphere of this a lot more if it was dark. So, but still, I love it. I love this show. What are your thoughts on it?
The show is extremely weird. It's fun. I don't know if I don't love it. I don't know. This isn't necessarily really my type of anime, I guess. It's a little bit too weird for me. Maybe a little too crass for my taste at points.
It's a little crass, yeah. So, there's some innuendos.
There's a little bit of the crassness that I don't really like in a lot of animes. So again, it's not a masterpiece for me. It's not. It's good. It's really good, but like an 8.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can't.
Great music. Really weird. It is fun. It's just there's just moments where I'm either out of it, I kind of lose interest, or I'm out of it for a little bit, or there's like, oh, this is a little uncomfortable.
Well, I think that's kind of where the atmosphere of this show can really help. Like, if you're in the right mood, you're in the right atmosphere. I also think maybe watching these episodes one at a time instead of all together, you can just kind of appreciate because it was something I noticed this time. I didn't appreciate the downtime stuff, which I normally am like, yeah, that's the whole show. There's this, like, you have this kind of sleepy downtime atmospheric stuff, and then it ramps up toward the end with some sort of robot fight. Yeah. And it's just, watching it all together like this without being in the right mood just felt a little like, and knowing exactly what was going to happen because I'd seen it so many times was just a little bit like, okay, I'm not appreciating this the way that I have before.
That might have been my issue with it. There's a little bit too much downtime.
Well, I don't know. I like the downtime, but I also have to be in the moment. Mm-hmm. I wish that if they were like a little bit longer, we could linger a little more on some stuff, and then. But I should note I've tried to see the sequels to this before, or at least the second series. I got a couple episodes in, and then for whatever reason dropped it. I am interested in watching them again. I think the only character that carries over is Haruko. Okay. At least as far as what I've seen. Mm-hmm. So if those are good, please let us know, because I will watch them eventually. They're on my need to do list. I just haven't gotten around to it. Maybe I'll do that this weekend, because what else am I doing? There's 6 episodes.
The new series only 6 episodes too?
Yeah, there's two new series. So
was it Fully Coolly Progressive?
Fully Coolly Progressive and Fully Coolly Alternative.
I don't remember Alternative. I remember Progressive coming out though.
Yeah. But yeah, no, let us know if those are good, because by the time you let us know, I might have already seen them. Let's see. Okay, so do we want to start going into episode synopses for those people that have not seen this show?
We can try.
Okay.
So, first episode, we start with our main character, Naoto. Naoto. Sorry. Naoto or Naota? Naoto.
Or maybe, no. Naota. You're throwing me off. Naota. Naota.
Naota. Anyways, he's hanging out at the bridge with some older lady.
Yeah. He's in 6th grade. She's 17.
She's 17?
She's 17, he's 12.
Okay. I thought she might have been a little younger than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Said at one point that her age is 17, at least in the dub.
Gotcha. But they're hanging out at a bridge. They're being kind of weird. I don't know, just being kids.
She gives them a hickey.
Oh, yeah. Do we go kind of like their backstory there, or is that a little later in terms of like her being his brother's
just as you think of it, just say these things.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's like his brother's old ex-girlfriend, though they might not have officially broken up, but his brother's in America and
playing baseball,
and he apparently sent back a picture of him and some girl in America, so that is a sign that they're over with, even if they were never officially over with. Because I don't know if they were ever officially a thing either. Yeah. She might have just been kind of like clinging on to him sort of thing. Mm-hmm. He was just being nice.
Or like not fighting it.
Yeah. But,
anyways, they're hanging out, and then Naota gets hit by a girl riding a Vespa.
Yes.
She resuscitates him. Even though I don't think he was... Even though he might not have been dead. And then she hits him with her bass that she has.
Yes.
And he grows a huge bump on his head, which looks more like a horn.
Yeah. It's like a square horn.
Yeah. So he like bandages up to try to hide it. His brother plays baseball in the U.S.
Yep.
We talked about that. And then the Vespa girl moves in to the house as like a maid because of some reason.
Yeah, she's a live-in housekeeper because his dad's horny.
Didn't she hit him with the scooter too? So she's like, I'll become your housemaid?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. She tried to hit him with the scooter, that's for sure.
His dad is a huge horn dog. So it's grandpa. I think they both are.
His grandpa's a little bit more regal about it, but he does.
Well, this is when they go into the manga segment where it's total nonsense. What's happening?
Yeah,
it's just 2 minutes of just a manga at it. Or
we should note that the art style will just change in the middle of an episode. Like in this one, it changes to a manga thing. There's other episodes where it's a little bit more subtle, but they'll have like some weirder animation that I noticed for the first time. And then there's a South Park animation in episode 5, and they do the manga thing again in episode 6.
I don't remember the subtle ones.
Again, they were very subtle. Like you might have just taken it as, oh, they're being weird. Like, but I think they were distinctly doing a style there.
Okay, so then Vespa girl moves in. I don't know when she gives us her name, but her name is Haruko.
Yes.
Haruko.
Yes.
It's like that guy from what is it?
Tetsu. Yeah, it's like that, but different.
It's like that, but different.
Yeah.
Okay, so the high school friend whose name is Mamimi.
Yep.
Basically finds about this and she overflows.
Yeah, she said earlier that like if she doesn't let it out, it's gonna overflow when she gives him a hickey. Like, so I think it's more like the climax really hits a peak in these episodes when people are feeling like either like real horny or real angsty, like when they're experiencing teenage drama and dealing with puberty hormones and all that. So it's that's when things come to a head and something comes out of Naoto's head and they have to fight it.
Speaking of which, so this happens and 2 robots come out of Naoto's head.
Yep.
One is like some little robot guy, the other one's like some weird hand.
Yep.
Those 2 fight, and then Haru hits the robot with a base, and now he makes bread.
Yeah, it hits the little robot guy with a TV head with the base. He turns from red to greenish blue, bluish green. Like that, and then now he works for them at the bakery. Too. Yeah. They defeat the hand robot, and now this one is on their side and works for them. So,
and that's the episode.
Yeah, it's episode 1. Mm-hmm. It's
It's weird.
Yeah, we should note that her base has got like a pull cord on the back of it. Like, so
it's like almost like a chainsaw on the back or something.
Yeah, well, she starts it up like it's a gas engine pull cord. Chainsaw or a weed eater or a lawnmower, that type of pull cord, a gas engine pull cord for the base.
I'm going to bring this up before I ask this question. So, episode 2, Haru is from space.
That's what they say. She says she's a space alien.
Okay. Spoiler alert, she's from space.
Yeah.
Anyways, is there Vespa magic? It is, because she, like, flies off with it, right?
Yeah.
It's just that Vespa takes a whole lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, she also fixes it at one point using a robot toy.
Well, wasn't she like, this Vespa's already perfect, I don't know why I'm doing this or something? I don't know.
Yeah, there's something where when one of the episodes she's trying to fix it and it's like, I don't know why it's not working. All the parts are perfect.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
So like it's got some sort of magic and personality of its own. So
okay, but yeah, she's supposedly from space, but she is. We learn that later. Anyways, Naota has more horns now. There's 2 of them this episode, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many. But yeah, there's more horns, and he uses a different hat each episode or a different bandage style each episode to hide them.
Then there's a bunch of conversations. This one's kind of based around, like, there's arsony happening around the town.
Yeah, there's a few buildings that have burned, and but Mimi is playing like a video game about
a god of fire,
angel of dark flame, some weeb edgelord shit, but like, so there's kind of like is she the one starting the fires sort of vibe, and
then we learn like there was a fire when she was in high school or grade school, and like Naota's brother saved her, which is where like their relationship started, I guess.
Yeah, that's how they met, and
so you get a little bit of sense like she's a little obsessive over him / like almost, it's not like PTSD, but it's more like,
yeah, it's not healthy.
I don't know what you call that. It's not healthy. Anyways.
Yeah, no, and so, but then like she's at the burned down school building and she's like trying to summon, she saw Kanti save a cat from the burning building. Kanti being the name of the dark god from her video game, but that's what she calls the robot guy.
The red robot, yeah.
So now he's known as Lord Kanti.
Yeah, so if we call him, if you hear the name Kanti, it's the robot.
Yeah. Some other robot finally, I
don't know how it starts, but somehow
Naota like feel like
I think
horny for her or something.
It's either that or Mimi somehow gets like in danger.
Yeah,
something like that. Anyways, more robots come out of his head. He fights it. He gets eaten by.
Yeah, Kanti turns red. Or Kanti swallows him, and then he turns red, and he is able to turn into like this giant cannon to fight them off. And then Lord Kanti poops him out.
Yep, I wrote that down. Poops out Naota. Yeah. Naota.
But it's like at this point it's sort of a mecha anime. He's piloting Kanti, sort of.
They're somehow connected.
Yes.
And then there's an Ava reference.
Oh yeah. His dad is talking to somebody and about these weird things, and then Haru was like, "What is it going on about?" He's like, "I don't know." He wrote some sort of paper or book about the duality of Ava.
Yeah.
He says Eva, but I think that was a dub mistake. I believe it's referring.
No, that's it's funny because like
Ava,
the robot's helping him with chores outside. He's like, they're gonna see the robot. He's like, who cares?
A robot's in a family. People will think that it's normal so long as we act normal, and we're really progressive here.
Yeah,
that's what he's going on about. But
okay, so episode 3, we are focused on Nina Mori, who is a classmate of Naota's.
Yes, she's the class president, and she keeps trying to get Naota to show up to play rehearsals. She plays the lead, and he plays Puss in Boots, the cat.
See,
Naota is thinking that he's cool in school plays are childish, so he doesn't show up. He also doesn't want to be a cat because
he has cat ears.
He's got cat ears now.
So yeah, that's happening. We learn that Nina Mori is the daughter of the mayor of the town, and like he's a part of this huge scandal / corruption. So
there's like he's sleeping with his secretary, but that's also like some sort of illegal corruption going on.
Yeah,
because sleeping with his secretary is not illegal. It's, or at least not in America. I don't know if cheating on your wife is illegal in Japan or not. But there's things like, is he going to go to jail, and or is his are her parents going to get a divorce?
Yeah, so she's worrying all about that. Yeah, so she's going through things. She's the lead in play. Wants Naoto to play the cat. He has cat ears. And then as Nina Mori and Naoto's talking on the street, Haru runs him over again.
Yep, and runs over her too. So they both get hit.
Oh, that was just
because she complains about like her stomach hurting afterwards.
I thought that's because she touched the cat ears.
Oh well, there's that too. But I think they both got hit because they were both.
Like, because Haru was like, "Don't touch those cat ears. It could."
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying the reason that they then brought her over for supper and had her stay the night is so that she wouldn't sue them for running her over.
Oh.
So they, but yeah, no, she sees Naoto's cat ears and touches them and then feels sick afterwards. And then
she stays with Naoto for the night.
Yeah, as a don't sue us type of thing. And as an excuse for us to have more time with Nina Mori. And
also, I don't think she wants to go home right now.
Yeah, it's kind of
the situation. There's like paparazzi all over the house.
Yeah. So we learn that she secretly has glasses. She's been wearing contacts this whole time.
And then what else? We also learned that she rigged the election / it's not the election, but the process of the roles.
Yeah, the roles for the class play were chosen democratically, and she rigged it. Mm-hmm. And she's like, nobody suspect the class president of rigging it. I get the vibes that she kind of likes Naoto.
Oh yeah, there's huge like tsundere vibes. Not like tsundere.
No, it's more like kudere, cool but loving.
I don't know the dares. I know tsundere.
Yeah, the soon is the.
I know the term yandere, but I think that's just mean, right?
No, yandere is secretly crazy.
Secretly crazy.
Yeah, they're very sweet on the outside, but secretly they're psycho.
All right. Well, we should go into the dares at one point.
Yeah, I'll pull up some of them and talk to you about them because there's kudere and is kudere cool. There's like cold. There's like aloof, like a Nagato from Haruhi, or they're just kind of aloof but have like a hidden sweet side to them. And then there's cool, where they're just like, oh, this person's just like a cool person, but they're sweet underneath.
Gotcha.
And then there's also stuff like soon, which is just all angry. There is no dare. No, I'm sorry. Let's continue on. I could keep talking about the dares and probably get a lot of them wrong.
Okay, we'll touch on that later. But yeah, they kind of like a sweet heart-to-heart a little bit, to kind of bond a little. Yeah. But he still doesn't want to do the play.
Yeah, no.
So they go to school. She's like begging him to like rehearse with them, and he's like,
"You have to stay and rehearse." And like, I know about your cat ears, sort of like.
Yeah.
But then the whole class finds out about the cat ears
because she like took his hat off.
Yeah, and then so now that cat's been
let out of the bag,
they he's like, well, I'm not the one who rigged the election.
You're the one who rigged the election / votes, and then she turns into
stole the vote.
Stole the vote.
Okay, no, I'm not going into that. I don't want to.
But as soon as that's revealed, she turns into a spider, and it's creepy.
Well, the cat ears transfer to her at this point.
Oh yeah.
And then, as the hormones are boiling to the surface, a giant.
It's always caused by some sort of like response, almost.
Yeah.
In this case, I think it's just maybe embarrassment.
Yeah. Embarrassment and emotions rising to the surface. Oh, it's after she says, Naoto's like, nobody comes to see those.
Oh, yeah,
and she's like,
right.
well, my parents are coming to see it together.
Yeah.
And that's when that's the emotional outburst.
I forgot about that.
That's what she's been hoping for this whole time, but hiding under the facade of not caring.
Because she's been saying the whole time, I don't care what happens. He's his own person or whatever. I don't care. But she secretly wants her parents to stay together.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, she tries to sabotage the secretary, I think, or something.
But they, what do you want to call it? It comes to a head. Yeah. And then a spider comes out of her head. Mm-hmm. And it, like, she's still, like, attached to it, and it's, like, fighting off people, and people are trying to fight. Naota and Haru are trying to fight it, and they are, they only, like, succeed eventually.
Because of curry.
They get it to eat. It eats Naoto's lunch. And then they're like, Haru is like,
gotta go
bathroom? It's that way. And then it leads it so that the piloted Lord Conti, because he's in Conti at this point. Naota is able to, like, fire at it as it's trying to run for the bathroom. And then they eventually do the play, and Ninamori's parents do stay together and don't go to prison.
And her glasses don't have lenses in it.
Yeah. I think she wore the glasses for the play, but she pokes her, like, the glasses had lenses in it when she actually wore them. I think she still actually wears glasses, but she wasn't revealing that fact to the class.
She also cut her hair.
Yes, she also cut her hair. So,
she did the old Studio Ghibli, cut her hair short.
Is that a Studio Ghibli thing?
It happens a lot in Studio Ghibli movies, I think. At least twice.
I mean, it happens in Your Name, too.
It does happen in Your Name.
I think it's just a cultural thing that you
Castle in the Sky, she has pigtails that get shot off, now she has short hair. And then I think Sophie cuts her hair.
Yes.
Those are the two that I know of.
Yeah. I think it's more just a cultural thing. It's
also, a lot of the Ghibli girls have short hair.
Yeah. It's a change. It's a symbolize of a change of your outer appearance to match a change in your inner self. So, a fresh start at times. Like, okay, this is a new me.
You think what I'm thinking?
We're going to get our one fresh start. Yeah, we can't keep quoting the other guys. We
gotta stop saying fresh start.
You don't have to respond.
I got to. That's the rules. You say fresh start, I gotta say Febreze Brothers.
Look, can we just get a fresh start on this conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
We should call ourselves
Episode 3. Episode 3 is probably my favorite episode, but I just like Ninamori a lot. She's cool.
I think I'd agree with you. I think this is the best episode.
It might also be one of the first ones I've seen.
Okay.
Though I might have seen the conclusion before, because I have distinct memories of how episode 6 starts when he's talking about there being steam all over the town. It's like it's a border of mist that cuts off the town from the rest of the world. I have distinct memories of that, and I have distinct memories of episode 3 from long ago. I say long ago, back when, like, freshman in college. Which was a while ago at this point. That was 8 years ago.
Don't remind me.
Okay.
So, episode 4 is the baseball episode.
Yes.
Kind of. They play very little baseball.
I wouldn't call what Naota does as playing.
That's true. He does swing, though.
He does eventually swing the bat. That's the whole point of this episode.
You know, we started with a baseball episode, and after the one scene, there's like one swing of a bat.
Really it wasn't even a bat. It was a guitar.
That's true.
It's the first time we get to see Naota's guitar. Mm-hmm. And a lot of girls get horny over it.
That was weird.
I mean, it's a metaphor. It's got a big dick.
Is that what that means?
Pretty much.
I thought it just meant he sucked the bass.
Nope. It's not a bass. It's a guitar.
Oh, yeah, it was a Gibson.
No, the Gibson
Gibson
was Adamisk's guitar.
Okay.
So,
anyways, episode 4, we start out, they're playing baseball. Harvey's playing for the other team, and they are kicking their ass. It's like 100-0 or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
All she gets is home runs.
Yeah. She gets paid for it, and she says, I thought I'd get a part-time job to help out with the electricity bill. Mm-hmm. And, like, Naota's dad is just, like, vibrating weirdly all over her, and she's moaning.
Yeah, it's real creepy.
Yeah.
She's, like, massaging.
Yeah. We learn later that his dad is dead in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, so, like, what was that?
It was a robot.
It was a robot?
Yeah. That had a massage function. So, similar to how she hit Naoto with the Vespa in the base, she tried to do the same with his dad, but it wouldn't work for him. So he was just dead. But dead, people can come back to life in this show. Because Naoto is able to, like, resuscitate him by throwing him in the bath and hot water. So, like, they say, I think I was dead for a while there, but he wasn't really dead. He was...
Yeah, that got weird. I don't know what happened there.
But it's, you know, he's envious of his father's relationship with her. And he's starting to think, I kind of want that relationship with her.
Yeah, he's starting to get feelings for her.
Haruka. Yeah. Haruko.
Haruko.
But, I mean, who wouldn't? She's weird and...
That's true.
She's weird and cool. I don't know who wouldn't have feelings for Haruko.
It's a little too weird. She crosses that crazy line.
Oh, yeah, no. Like, it'd be a bad idea, but it's an idea.
So anyways, they play baseball. That stuff we just talked about happened. What else? We're introduced to the space cops.
Yeah. And they're like, one of them has some sort of knowledge of
Haru.
And he is like predicting that, like, hey, you don't want to hit something with a baseball bat. Use a piece of French bread so it doesn't cause any irreparable damage to something. Because Naoto hits a vending machine with a baseball bat. Which is like foreshadowing for when he supposedly hits his dad with a baseball bat. But it's not his dad, it's the robot.
I didn't hit him.
I did not hit her.
That's what I was referencing.
Yeah. It's the room. But he gets questioned by him when he hits his dad with the supposedly, allegedly hits his dad with a baseball bat, and he's, you know, that's when we kind of learn that it was a robot. We saw like the kept cutting to their power meter going up as indicated or indicating that when he was on screen doing stuff, it was taking up a lot of power. Finds his dad in the closet, resuscitates him.
The grandpa was dead too, right?
No, I don't think so.
No? I thought he had to resuscitate him too.
I don't remember that.
Anyways.
But like also during what's been happening in this episode, Haruko says that she'd be his batting coach, and there's like a ghost moment where like she's got his arms or not a ghost. It's like, yeah, let me show you, and then puts her arms around him from behind.
Like,
and
aim for like the highest point you can see. Look at that star.
It's like, oh, that star's kind of flickering.
Swing for that star.
And then we learn that that's not a star. That's it's a satellite that's going to come crashing down into their city.
And like, destroy the planet.
Yeah. Or at the very least the city.
At the very least the city. So
like, the guy's like, okay, we got to, even though we don't like Haruko, we need her to hit one more out of the park or else the whole city's going to explode or whatever. But instead of Haruko hitting it, he's able to swing the bat and hit it. Haruko does help and swings it, and they send it back out into space where it
blows up on a different planet, doesn't it?
It's whatever. Blows up in space, I think. But you know, they saved the day, and all Naoto had to do was swing the bat.
Yep.
He had to take that step forward.
And swing the bat. I think we also learned that Naoto's head is some sort of dimensional portal.
Yeah. So he can bring stuff through space-time using the power of NO.
No.
Yes. And there are some other people have it, and to varying degrees.
You need the right head for it.
Yeah. We learned that the general guy, whose name I don't really know.
I call them eyebrows.
Yeah, eyebrows.
Even though they're fake.
Yeah, they're fake eyebrows. We learned that he can do it as well. Though he can only bring like little small things, like the guitar that he summons is real little.
We'll talk about that later.
But we should say when he summons his guitar for the first time, Naoto does. A lot of people are interested in it.
Nosebleeds.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit.
As an anime
blushing and
viewer,
nosebleeds.
We know it means they're turned on.
Yes. The blood's got to rush somewhere.
Mm-hmm. You can't show that.
Yeah. So, so like that's we'll talk about that a little bit in the themes and stuff, but
that's it. The only note I have is needed more baseball.
Of course you wanted more baseball.
I wanted more baseball. It's not a baseball episode if you don't play baseball.
They played baseball.
Barely.
Naota struck out several times.
Okay, episode 5.
They tried to get Conti to join the baseball team too.
Yeah, you're right.
They did get him to join the baseball team.
Because he was shooting nothing but buckets.
Yeah, and he was a great field person, but I think he's still lost. Fielder.
Fielder.
Okay.
Okay, so episode 5. What is it? Forgot how it kind of starts, but like Naoto challenges his dad to a war. I think for like Haru's affection, basically.
That is, yeah. For her affection, they basically we start off with the it's not paintball. They're like
it's like airsoft or something.
Yeah, airsoft fight, and we get a little bit of a flashback that it was challenging each other for affection. So it's Kanti and his dad versus Naota and Haru.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, one of the
space cops,
the female space cop, whose name I also don't know, she is like targeting Kanti, and they're like, when it's red, that's when it's Atomisk. And we learn a little bit that Atomisk is a space pirate, and I don't know exactly when we get this information, but because it's all kind of jumbled. Atomisk is a space pirate who has a great power of NO. It's said he can move planets and stars using the power of NO. And Haru is sort of like competition for him.
We really never exactly figure out what she is exactly. We just kind of know that they're opposites / like rivals, I think.
Yeah, I think she's also some sort of space pirate. And he's like, normally they'd be like
enemies.
They'd be enemies, but actually, she's trying to save him from Medical Mechanica, who has him held captive because she's in love with him. Mm-hmm. And it's more of like, at one point at the finale, she's like, I'm supposed to be the one who eats Atomisk, not you. So like, she might just be attracted to the power, but also, she's a complicated character.
Yeah.
I think she's both actually attracted to him, but also more attracted to the power.
Yeah.
That's my take on her in this season. Maybe the other series will shed some light on that. But that's kind of more episode 6 stuff. Yeah. Which these episodes kind of jumble in my head a lot. They try to take out Kanti while he's still Kanti and not Atomisk. Yeah. And she's like firing a big machine gun at him, but Haru like destroys that, I think.
Then I think she just misses / like things happen where she misses or something.
Yeah. Then there's a giant hand that forms at some point, and it's like it's gonna grab the giant iron that's the Medical
6.
Mechanica.
I still think that's episode 6.
Nope.
Episode 5 is the gunslinger robot.
Yeah. That's also a giant hand. The gunslinger robot is the giant hand. It's wearing like a cloak. Because the giant hand is just there at the start of episode 6, but it's missing the core. So the whole point of episode 6 is the core is going to go back into the hand.
I thought that was... I didn't remember seeing the hand in episode 5. I just remember the gunslinger.
Well, yeah, because he's got like a cloak on him, but then when the cloak is revealed, it's actually been a giant hand this whole time.
My bad. I missed that part.
Yeah. But they... so he pilots it again. I think at this point, this is when he gets really mad at Mamimi because she's kind of moving on from, like, he's like starting to get into the games that she always plays with him, and she's like, well, I don't actually feel these things for you because you're a kid, sort of thing.
She also kind of confronts him about his relationship with Haru, and he's like, no, I don't like her. We just do that stuff. I like you.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm not having it. And he's like, or at one point when the gunslinger robot is going, she's it's like praying to Lord Kanti. No, she asks her brother. She's like, she wants his brother to come save her, and he's like, I'm the one who's here right now. God damn it! Yeah. I will be the one who saves you. And then he pilots Lord Conti, and then they fight the gunslinger robot.
Mm-hmm.
And turns out it's a giant hand, and they're like, it's going to go grab the iron, it's going to smooth out the wrinkles in our brains and make us people who aren't able to think and therefore can be controlled. But they're able to stop it before it does that.
What's the point if you can't think for your own or stuff like that?
But that's basically episode 5, I guess. I don't know. I feel like we're not doing a very good job of describing episode 5.
Oh, does it? Haru confronts the eyebrows too.
Oh, yeah. When they're fighting against Gunslinger Robot, she confronts him, and he's missing his eyebrows. I don't know if you caught this, or if it's more obvious in the sub, because I have seen the sub of this before. Mm-hmm. But the eyebrows stop her from being able to, like, use his head as a portal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is why he gives some eyebrows to Naota in episode 6.
Okay, that makes more sense now.
When they're missing, she's able to pull out a little teeny guitar that she turns into a slingshot.
This is all you can muster?
Yeah.
Wow. Now this is so much bigger.
Yeah, that's the general consensus. It's like, I get the metaphor. And it's like covered in like flesh, so it looks like a little penis at first. So it's like, yeah, this is pretty clear.
We get it.
I get it. But yeah.
That's episode 5.
It's episode 5.
Then episode 6 is the climax.
Yes. Puberty climax.
Puberty.
FL Climax.
Okay.
It's the name of the episode.
Gotcha. That was Fully Climax or something.
Well, it's how I would pronounce
it. Fully Coolly Max or something.
What? It's FLCL IMAX.
I thought they spelled out Fully Coolly in the subtitle.
Yeah. Climax starts with CL.
I thought they spelled out Fully though.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't know. Maybe.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. Okay.
So we get more info on like Medical Mechanica. It's like, are they some sort of space company too?
Yeah. They're trying to terraform planets in people's minds so that they can conquer them, sort of thing. And then they've captured Animisk, and you're using him as bait for Haru.
Okay. To capture
her as well, I think.
Just so that they don't have any competition basically.
I guess. Okay. Yeah. Something along those lines.
But yeah, what is it? Their building just looks like a big iron. Which I point out in the first episode, and then like episode 6, they're like, they're gonna iron out the world. I'm like, ha! So
yeah, it wasn't gonna. Yes, it looks like an iron. That's what that factory looks like. I didn't want to talk about it more because I knew it was a point later on. I
just felt vindicated.
Okay.
Because in episode 1, I said, why does that building look like an iron? You're just like, I don't know.
I didn't say I don't know. I just said, I don't know, man. It just looks like that. That's what it is. That's what it looks like. I didn't want to spoil it. Did you want me to say it so they can smooth out the wrinkles in your brain and that they're an evil space organization?
No, I just want to point out I felt vindicated.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say I wasn't going to spoil anything for you. When you ask questions like that, this is my one note I had before today. You're not allowed to ask me questions about this show. You just have to experience it.
Okay.
You can ask me questions later.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Anyways, we learned a little bit more about that. Mamimi finds a robot dog.
Yeah.
It's adorable.
Yep. She names it Takun, which is also the name of the cat she found earlier. It's also the nickname that she gives Naota.
Takun. So that's what it was.
I think it's a placeholder for Naota's brother. All 3 of them. She lets it eat her cell phone. She steals a bunch of cell phones from people.
It gradually gets bigger, and then to the point where it like fuses with another robot. Is it?
It will eventually, but like it's been eating cell phones, and then it ate a scooter of somebody who splashed her. She's got like a revenge list, and then it gets out of her control and eats the truck that Naota's friends have been using for their part-time job. And then I believe at one point it fuses with Conti.
Yes. They're basically the core that the hand needs in order to...
Yes.
Control.
Oh, we should also note, at the end of episode 5, when
Haru disappears.
Yeah, when Conti like shows up, they learn that like, oh, this has been Atomisk this whole time, and so they go like they basically like elope or whatever. And then she shows back up after being gone for a while, and then her and Naota just go like on a road trip, hanging out until the climax, and they're like, all right, sleepy time is over. Now time for the thrilling climax. I think is an actual line that they say, which is just an episode summary of every episode of Fooly Cooly. There's sleepy time, and then it's suddenly over, and it's time for the climax. So,
okay. So it fuses with Kanti.
Yes.
And then Naota's the final key, right? For the core, or is it something else?
Yes, they eat Naota. It's the final key. And then Kanti is like, nope, I'm out of here. I'm resisting this, because it's grabbing the iron, then we see like, Kanti is holding it up, and then Naota comes out of it red, like covered in red, and he's got both his guitar and Atomisk's guitar, which Atomisk summoned his guitar last time. Kanti summoned Atomisk's guitar last time, which is how they knew he was Atomisk at this point. But now he's got both of them, and Haru is like, I don't care if they smooth out the world. I just need that guitar. Yeah, I need Atomisk's power. And she's mad that Naota has it, and they fight for a little bit, and like when Naota gets the upper hand at some point, he just drops it, and he's like, I love you, and then kisses her, and then that's pretty much it. Basically, he lets Atomisk escape. Yes, Atomisk then escapes, and Haruko. I never know if I should call her Haru or Haruko, because Naota actually calls her Haruko, which is her first name. Okay. Haru's funner. Yeah. But she's like, well, I'm leaving this planet. You want to come along? Never mind, you're a kid. Man, I almost had it this time. Thanks for nothing. Well, not thanks for nothing, but it's like, dang it. I was so close this time. You want to come along? Nah, never mind. You're still just a kid. Yeah. Mamimi, we get like a little voiceover. Mamimi drops out of school, leaves town to try to become a photographer. Yeah. And now the seasons change. Naota's starting middle school, and he's just kind of living his life. Yeah. There's a cute scene where he's trying to buy something from a vending... A scene that's been repeated. He tries to buy something from a vending machine, and somebody clicks the wrong button, and he's like, I don't want that type. He doesn't like the bitter soda. This time it was Nina Mori. And I don't know. I love this show. She offers him her sloppy seconds. That's not what that means. You kept saying sloppy seconds. Like that's not what it means when somebody gives you a drink after having taken a drink from it. The term you're looking for is indirect kiss. Indirect kiss. Yes. Gotcha. It's funnier though if I say sloppy seconds, because that's not what it means. Anyways. Yeah, I know. I know you know what it means. You're just being an asshole about it. But yeah, that's the show. That's the plot. Yeah. So do you have any questions about this show? Nope, I got it. First try. Got it. Nice. Understood. I guess the main questions are just like some more background on it. Everything's like who is Haruko? She's like a space pirate. Yeah, like that's how much I know. What exactly is Atomisk? Atomisk is like a giant bird space pirate that is maybe more of a mental being and can inhabit people's heads and stuff. Because he's like in Kanti for a while, and he is in Naota for a while, so he might be like a being of a higher plane sort of thing. But he looks like a big bird towards the end. I don't know. He's cool. Yeah, I agree. He's cool. King of the Pirates. In fact, there's 3 soundtracks for Fooly Cooly, like a part 1, a part 2, and then a just the songs soundtrack, and just like the lyrical versions of it. I mostly listen to just the lyrical versions, which is OST 3, but OST 2 is called like King of the Pirates or something along those lines, or the Pirate King or something. So. What is it? No, the only question is, what is Fooly Cooly? Foolish but cool. Foolish and cool.
Foolish and cool.
So I mean the show is just a metaphor. Like don't look too much into the how does this work? It's like it's a metaphor for growing up and your body going through changes in puberty. What it means to be mature. Like Naota thinks that he's very mature, but he's got this attitude of like, nothing matters, nothing, it's not important to me. But
that's not maturity.
And Nina Mori sort of has that as well. It's like, what do I care what my parents do? They're their own people as far as I'm concerned. But that's not caring is not the same as being mature.
Yes.
I specifically wrote down here, cite the moment where in a later episode, Nina Mori says that it's like, no, just be honest and then have a good cry with the people that you want to be honest and have a cry with, and then hopefully they'll understand. It really helps. And she's like, when did you do that? She's like, when I talked to my parents about that. And then she goes and does a sick high jump. Presses everybody.
And that's when Sakura and Rin fall in love with her.
Yes. Sure. Fate references. Got it.
Fate reference.
So it's like Nina Mori in a similar position to Naota, but kind of moved into maturity a little bit sooner because they both had similar attitudes. But I would say Naota has sort of moved into it too when he says that he loves Haruko at the end of it. He's like, he's being honest. It feels foolish, but being honest is being cool. So even if it's the foolish thing to do, if you're happy, then that's cool. So I already talked about, my other note was about how like Haruko both loves Adamus and wants him to be, just wants his power, which is why in episode 6 she says she was supposed to be the one, she was supposed to be the one who eats him, but he's got that giant NO power, which might also be a metaphor for either dick size or puberty or something. So
I don't know about that.
But some of this is just kind of rule of cool too, from what I've been reading. Like, why are there like guitars? It's like, guitars are cool.
Guitars are cool, yeah.
So, I don't know. This is it was my number 6 for a reason. I love this show. It's
very good.
What do you have any? We haven't even hit frag time yet. We're at
we'll get to frag time. We got things to talk about still.
Okay. What are we talking about next? You're hosting this week.
Well, that was the notes or the plots and themes. I don't have any other notes. We brought them all up. Unless you have any notes. The only note I had that we didn't mention was there's a Crystal Pepsi reference.
Oh yeah, Crystal Pepsi.
That was it.
Yeah.
we talked about all the other ones I wrote down.
I had not very many notes before we started recording. I made like 3 more notes, and we just now covered them. So,
okay.
My notes were more about what the themes were and how everything's a metaphor, and people are going to, hopefully, if people listen to this, they'll go in the comments and say how I got it all wrong, and then I'll have to go watch the other series so that I can more fully understand this show. So,
all right. So then we'll go into Best Girl.
Best Girl. This is a tough one. Is it Nina Mori or is it Haruko?
For me, it's Nina Mori. She's the coolest.
Yeah, she is cool.
Haruko is just too crazy for me.
Well, I mean, it's not just... But she's also an adult, which adds.
That's true. It adds.
She's not in 6th grade. Which, I mean, that's not really what we're talking about here. But, like I would say, if we're doing all aboard, ring, 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 ring.
Whatever.
Ship's taking off soon.
Tickets.
Like I would say, I ship her with Naota because I think she likes him, and I think they're fun together. But does that mean she's best girl just because I like that ship more?
No, it's 2 different questions.
Okay.
Best girl is who do you think is the best girl?
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying it's close. Haruko is really cool.
Yeah.
She's an icon. Whereas Nina Mori is not really in the show that much.
That is
She's got
true.
episode 3, a lot of focus on her, but I mean, I don't want to fight about it too much, so I will say Nina Mori with an asterisk. That maybe I'll change my mind if I watch the other seasons. I think Haruko is the only other.
I am perfectly fine with you picking Haru. Haru is cool. She's just a little too crazy for me.
Yeah.
She's also kind of the villain.
Does her base remind you of her friend Hank's base? They're both blue. That's what I always think
have
of.
seen Hank's base like a handful of times, maybe. I don't know what it looks like.
Okay. It's a blue base. It reminds me. I don't know.
Then sure. It's a blue base.
Got it. I have no idea if it's the same body structure or not, but
I don't think so.
I just always think of.
I don't think
when
Hank's
I see
base
one
has
of those
a
two
chainsaw
bases,
on the
I
back.
always think of the other one. Again, it's not a chainsaw back. It's just a pull cord to start the engine.
All right, so we're gonna say Nina Mori is the best girl.
Yes.
Okay.
For now.
And the best ship is now done Nina Mori.
Yes.
I agree with that. Any honorable mentions?
Naota's brother and his American girlfriend.
That's a good one.
That ship we never see in person.
Yeah.
And not even.
I'm sure they're happy together.
Yeah. I always feel bad for Mamimi.
Yeah.
She's bullied. She's not healthy for Naota, that's for sure.
That is true. She's like also like never goes to school. She's like always at the bridge.
Yeah, she skips school a lot. Yeah. So, I would say Adamisk and Haruko.
There we go. That's a good
ship. Good ship.
That hand and that iron. They're made for each
other. You could tell that the general really liked Haru as well.
Okay.
Like there is something in the past. Where
it's a space cop girl and Conti.
Oh yeah, because Conti saves her at one point. Yeah.
It's like she falls in love with him.
That's when he pulls out the guitar too, right? Like that same episode.
I thought he like just gave her back her gun or something.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, or he like offers to help her out of the river,
something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Have you noticed that the wall scroll in our living room is from the baseball episode?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's the uniform she's wearing.
Yes.
Yeah, so. I got that.
She's also holding the base like a baseball bat. And anyway, sorry.
That was all aboard.
All aboard.
Dibs count.
I
have Mamimi and the teacher.
And I think that's it. I've got everybody else.
Got everybody else.
Do you call dibs on Conti? I know this called dibs on Conti.
I might have called dibs on Conti.
Okay. I would say that gives you Adamisk as well.
What if I just want Conti?
Then Adamisk is up for grabs. Because I'd say he's different. Because they specifically say it's Adamisk when it's red.
I want the robot that makes the bread.
Yeah. the Sony Walkman brand. Which is the lie they give Nina Mori when she's staying over.
When she's staying over, she's like, why did your TV move?
It's a Sony Walkman brand.
Alright. So, that's Fooly Cooly. Any other parting words for the show?
Yeah, I've got things to say, I'm sure. But I feel like I'm not doing this show justice with my presentation today.
Alright.
I can't think of anything to say, but I know that the show has got a lot of things to say about it. I just think they're obvious to me now, so I'm not saying them.
I think it's a fun, weird show that's really short, so I think it's definitely worth a watch. It's a great soundtrack. It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah. So I don't watch the show every year, but I listen to that soundtrack a couple of times every year. So just throw it on in my car and jam out to the bellows. Which, if you've never heard the Pellos, I think I've heard them described as the Japanese equivalent to Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, really?
That's how I've heard people describe them before.
Oh, no, that means they hate them.
You don't hate the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No, I don't.
But you hate the Japanese equivalent of them. No. Why are you saying, is this an experience share thing? Okay. Another podcast that we both listen to, one of One of the guys does not like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's Tanner who doesn't like it, right?
Yes.
And didn't Josh play as Red Hot Chili Peppers?
Yeah.
Okay. Or was it the other way around?
No, that was it.
Because I thought
Josh played as Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Because I thought Josh played as the OC characters, or was that the season before? That was
a different season.
Okay. We're talking about a podcast that...
We'll cut it.
No, we're not, because we just now reached frag time.
We still got to talk about our number ones.
Oh, yeah. We're revealing my number one favorite anime, and then, because it would be weird to do yours next week after the...
Yeah.
After the conclusion of mine, it'd be weird to be like, oh yeah, and Ben's is next week. So we'll talk about both of ours. Do we want to reveal them at the same time, or me first?
You go first.
My favorite anime.
On. You want to go through them all?
Sure. I'm pulling up that list right now because I'm going to get the order wrong, because I always get the order wrong. Number 10, Ergo Proxy. Number 9, Welcome to the NHK. Number 8, Cowboy Bebop. Number 7, Toradora. Number 6, Fooly Cooly. Number 5, Space Dandy. Number 4, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Number 3, Steins Gate. Number 2, Gurren Lagann. And number 1, I've talked about this show a lot. So I've even talked about it on this episode. My favorite show is The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, which jumped up recently when I made this list. It was around the 7 or 8 range, and I realized just how much I loved watching this show. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd rewatch Haruhi, or at least I'd rewatch the Disappearance movie of Haruhi before I would rewatch... Yeah, December 16th. I've got to do it. I would rewatch that before I'd rewatch any other show on my list. Okay. Except for maybe Space Dandy. But I would just watch like random episodes of that. I wouldn't watch the whole series of that. Yeah. And I watch Steins Gate every couple of years. It's been a while since I've had a Gurren Lagann rewatch. I might need to give that a rewatch.
I have to watch that.
But yeah, that is my favorite. That is my top 10. Now, I have said, and I will officially announce that I am moving Ergo Proxy away from its number 10 spot and putting in Sunny Boy.
Wow.
Yeah. Now that the list has been released, I'm allowed to change it.
Okay.
I'm putting in Sunny Boy at number 10. Maybe it'll move up the list, but at the very least, I know it's going into my top 10.
Okay. So I would have more movement on my list just from watching stuff / reminiscing on things. Things would change on my list. Yeah. Sunny Boy is definitely on it.
Yep.
Don't know where. I'd have to look at it again.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know that it's going on there. And if an Ergo Proxy is the one that's getting the boot, it's at number 10. So, still a great show. Okay.
So, my number 10, Samurai Champloo. Number 9 was One Punch Man Season 1. Number 8 was Neon Genesis Evangelion. Number 7 was Your Lie in April. Number 6 was Violet Evergarden. Number 5 was Gurren Lagann. Number 4 is Princess Jellyfish. Number 3 was Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Number 2 was Fate Zero. And number 1 is Steins Gate.
Yep. So, did you count up how many duplicates we have?
No, I just was keeping track of all the shows that I watched on your list. And it's all, I watched all the shows on your list.
Okay. So.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I've shown them to you. Now, Fooly Cooly is the last one, I think. So, so we share Steins Gate and Gurren Lagann and Neon Genesis Evangelion. Those are the 3 that we share.
And Sunny Boy, basically.
Oh, yeah, and Sunny Boy. But you haven't gotten a place for that on your list yet. So, would you have added, because we made this before we got really into this, would you have added any of the shows, other than Sunny Boy, would you have added any of the shows to your top 10?
I don't think so. There are some possibilities. Let's see. Just me flipping through pages.
Konosuba was our first episode.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at through. Nothing as of yet. Bakano has a shot at the top 10. Ping Pong does.
Okay.
Eden of the East is really fun, but I don't think it hits it.
Eden of the East is more of a 11 through 20, 21 through 30 vibe for me. Yeah. Solid, but it's not quite there.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Other than Sonny Boy. Maybe Ping Pong and then maybe Baccano.
Okay. No, those are all very solid picks. Baccano is definitely in my 11 to 20 range. So, Ping Pong is art.
Ping Pong is art, but it's kind of hard to quantitate exactly where to place it because it is kind of weird.
Yeah, like I think it's better than some of the shows in my top 10 list.
But it's like...
But better and favorite are different things.
Yeah.
And that's a... that's such a weird conversation to have because like I always feel weird like putting like Steins Gate is a better show than Haruhi, right? But I just love that show so much. It's Princess Jellyfish is not as good as but like do I like one more than the other? I don't know. I probably Princess Jellyfish, bad example for me, but more for you, I guess. Like would you...
Which, upon rewatching it, it's probably a little lower. It's still in the top 10, but it wouldn't be 4. But, yeah, Steins Gate's my number 1. Yeah. Just think it's essentially a perfect show.
Oh, yeah, no, Steins Gate is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason that it gets edged out is because I've seen it so many times, and therefore it's less enjoyable for me to watch than something that, like Haruhi, which I can watch so much and still enjoy it equally.
It might be different the next time I watch it, but I feel like every time I watch it, I like it more and more, which is why it moved up past Fate Zero. It's just every time I watch it, I enjoy it so much. I get something out of it every time.
It is very high praise that Steins Gate unseated Fate Zero from
yes, because I love Fate Zero.
It's so weird that Fate Zero is not on my 10, but I'm just like, nah, I can't add it. I don't like it as much as the other ones, though I probably do like it more than, if I'm being honest, more than Ergo Proxy at this point. But I don't know. It's just... We're going to be watching Ergo Proxy at some point in the future.
Yeah, fairly soon.
That's the plan. Sometime next year we'll watch it, which I guess we should talk about what we're watching next week.
So next week is next episode is our Christmas special.
Yes. So that means.
We are watching the movie Tokyo Godfathers, which apparently has like a Christmas backdrop to it. And then we are watching some... What do you call those?
OVAs?
OVAs.
Isudate My Santa. We're going to try to find that and watch it. No promises as to whether or not we can find it somewhere.
If we can't find that, we'll probably just do a double feature / maybe just Tokyo Godfathers.
I would say probably just Tokyo Godfathers if we can't find it.
Talk about
it's not what I know we can find because I've owned the DVD for like a year and haven't watched it.
That'd be our excuse to talk Satoshi Kon.
Oh, yeah. So, is this our first Satoshi? Yeah. Because are we going to try to have a Satoshi Kon movie watching weekend? Because we've got Perfect Blue and Paprika on Blu-ray that we can watch as well that weekend. Probably won't cover it on the podcast, but like, while we're dipping into the Kon field, let's just go ahead.
Kon field?
Yeah.
I feel like there's a better name for that.
We'll become Coneheads. I don't know.
I need to watch more of his stuff. He's considered one of the best animated directors, so I got to watch his stuff.
Yeah. Have you seen Millennium Actress? Is that what you've seen?
I think that's the only one I've seen.
Okay.
It's great. So.
Yeah. Millennium Actress is probably the most the least scary, I guess I should say. I don't know Tokyo Godfathers, but I know like Perfect Blue is kind of scary, and I know Paprika is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But I saw Paprika in a theater, very tired. Going back to my tired, like that was primal viewing. I was in a theater and I was out of it a little bit, and it's very atmospheric. Mm-hmm. So we're watching those in the dark.
So that's next episode. It's going to be those Tokyo Godfathers and Santa's.
Isudate My Santa.
If we can find it.
We'll try. It's got to be somewhere, right?
Yeah. Probably somewhere. We'll find it.
Or not.
Might be on Verve again.
Verve. I'm still paying for Verve. I canceled my Crunchyroll and I now get that through Verve. And now Crunchyroll was... Because Verve Premium counts as Crunchyroll Premium.
Oh.
But Crunchyroll got bought out by Funimation, so I don't know how much longer that's going to last.
Dang. Is that why you can't get Crunchyroll to work?
No. Crunchyroll still works. They're linked. The memberships are linked together.
Okay, so I don't have to change anything?
No, but you might not have the right password.
That might be
because I changed it a couple of months ago, or like a year ago.
I'll have to look into that. Anyways, that's the episode.
Yep.
We've reached frag time.
Oh, yeah. We're 10 minutes past frag time. If this is the first episode, frag time is a movie. It's about an hour long, so we want our podcast to at least reach frag time. Okay.
So, be sure to follow us on Twitter at anime_territory.
Yep, we stream on Twitch at Demented Goku. We put these on YouTube under Anime Territory. We put these on podcast platforms under Anime Territory. Stuff like Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, maybe some other things. I don't know. Breaker, I think, is one.
You keep saying Breaker.
Yeah. It's definitely a name of a podcast platform that I've heard of.
Okay. Could be a dating app.
Breaker. I hardly know her.
All right, that's the episode.